Today, global cryptocurrency exchanges move billions across digital networks in a fraction of a second. But my understanding of security wasn't formed in a boardroom. It started when I was 14 years old, flipping burgers for $5 an hour. I grew up in an immigrant family in Vancouver. In my circle, an allowance was a foreign concept. If I wanted something, I worked for it, and what I earned went toward family expenses rather than personal spending money. Those early shifts were a mandatory education in the unyielding weight of money when it is earned by the hour. Working the grill at McDonald's during a lunch rush is a matter of rhythm, the timing of the patties, the coordination with the assembly line, and a constant awareness of the orders backing up. During a slow period, I stood at the register and did a specific calculation. I looked at the menu board and compared the cost of a Big Mac meal to the $5 minimum wage I was earning. The math was simple. A meal I could assemble in 90 seconds took me 60 minutes of labor to buy. When you realize that an hour of your life is the literal price of a single burger, being inefficient feels like a waste of that life. I started watching the best grill operators, the ones who managed the queue and communicated clearly, because I realized that if I was going to trade my time for a wage, I couldn't stand being bad at it. I wanted to be one of those people who made the whole operation run more smoothly. It was my first lesson in technical competence. Real value is created by those who master the skills that matter in their context. Later, I took on night shifts at a Chevron gas station. It was a different kind of job. Instead of a team, I was often alone for hours, sitting behind the counter watching the security monitors in the dark. I would sit there doing homework when it was slow, waiting for the occasional customer to pull into the lot. We followed strict protocols for everything: how to handle cash, how to process credit cards, and how to respond to alarms. But those systems are only as strong as their weakest points, and usually the weakest point is a human being who is tired, distracted, or simply not paying attention. One night, a man came in and tried to pay for gas with a counterfeit $20 bill. I didn't catch it because I was being especially vigilant. I caught it because I had developed a habit of feeling the texture of bills, checking the security features without really thinking about it. The man left quickly when I questioned the bill. I never found out if he was genuinely mistaken or intentionally trying to pass fake currency. I realized later how easily that bill could have ended up in my drawer. If I had been halfway through a double shift or even slightly distracted, the entire security system of the station would have been compromised. No matter how many protocols are written down, they can fail the moment the person executing them becomes exhausted. Human fallibility is the ultimate edge case. In an analog system, it's a vulnerability that eventually breaks the rules. Today, building global trading platforms requires dealing with that same reality at a massive scale. The numbers are different, but the fundamental problem is the same. Money moves through systems, and systems are operated by people who make mistakes. Traditional systems rely on perfect human attention to verify transactions. Web3 shifts that responsibility to code, using decentralized architecture to remove single points of failure. Good system design anticipates human error. By creating resilient structures, we minimize the impact of mistakes before they spread. True resilience isn't achieved by demanding that people be perfect. It's achieved by building protocols that assume they won't be. I had sometimes been accused of being detached, of treating business decisions as purely technical problems. But standing on your feet for 8 hours a day gives you a different understanding of people. I know what it's like to follow procedures that seem arbitrary because someone higher up decided they were necessary. When I built Binance, I tried to remember those shifts. I wanted to design a system that respected the people who operated it, one that didn't assume unlimited availability or perfect attention. Solving the technical problem is a way to protect the person behind the screen. Competence at this scale means engineering a world where the system is strong enough to account for the human beings within it.